Okay, so, hello guys, it's me Gaming Star here, and today I am back with another episode of Phoenix Wright Esoteric Justice for All. Last time, we had basically done more investigations. That's pretty much all we did. This time we're going to go ahead and start the final part of the trial. Day 3 trial, let's go. Good morning, Max. Oh yeah, good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I always like this before I get to the front of audience. I'm working up to it. Hee hee. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous, my sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today? Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will you put up on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show, isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't. Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on, or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to race the crate. I'll see you later. Today, I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to you! My name's Jack. Everybody, let's get right stuck in the legal limbo. Okay, you go. Mo. Top of the morning to you, governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Talking today starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, or the early bird gets the bagel. But again, worms like higher brain function. Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So, how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got a feeling today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. All he's got to worry about is the tightrope is. I'm used to it already. It's just me. It just means that I won't be able to press him like what are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do our usual psychological warfare. Today we rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. He's disabled after all. Anyways, I want you to make sure that Regina gets his salt today. It's important. When she's finally to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches? Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. Personally, I do believe in like heaven, so I do believe in that personally, you know, so like I said in the last episode, I do believe in that, so, you know. But I still do acknowledge reality, you know what I mean? I still do acknowledge reality and science shit, you know, guys? Of course, now in search for the trial of Maximilian Galactica. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Ms. Von Karma, you may proceed with your case. Prosecution would like to decide the previous period events. What's the meaning of this? You have discovered a new witness, or shall I say a new eyewitness. One night I saw Maximilian Galactica fly off from the scene of the crime. Order! Order! I had a feeling something like this would come up. Due to this revision, we are not prepared to explain the defendant through the night. The explanation the prosecution would present is need for arises. In fact, the detective stayed up all night getting a smoke up at the scene. Oh my word, poor Gumshoe. Poor Gumshoe. Very well, please call your witness to the stand. Time to get to work, or should I say time to walk the courtroom tightrope. Let's go. Akira, you're disabled. Damn it! With the birds! Name and occupation? Ken Dingling, but everyone calls me Akira. I'm employed as an acrobat at the very big circus. What about the night of the crime? I was in my room at the night. If you look at the map, you'll see the witness's room is near the crime scene. My room is on the 3rd floor. The crime scene is below my window. The night of the crime, the witness saw something quite shocking. Would you tell us what you witnessed? Okay. Alright. Oh, but he's gonna be a hard one to get through. Let's go. Then we're gonna be, oh god, we're almost already to the last case of the game. We're nearly there! We're nearly there! Holy shit, now that I think about it, we're nearly there to the final case. Oh my god, the next case after this. Oh, I love that case. You're gonna see why I fucking love that case. Now you're gonna see why. What I witnessed. It was just after 10 p.m. and I was resting in my bed. Around the time, I heard a large thump noise from outside the window. Then, a few moments later, I saw someone flying right at my window. It was Max Galactica. I only saw him from behind. That's what it looked like. To be honest, when I saw that, I thought I was dreaming. I like how the birds are just there in court. The birds are in court. Snow White, like, this testimony matches exactly with the clown. If that's the case, there's very little the prosecution needs to add. All that's left is explain how the defendant's appeared in this case. Hold it! Before we get to that far, I'd like to cross-examine a witness. A foolish choice, but a foolish fool who wishes to feel the foolish silence of a sad fool! Man must know the proper timing. Thanks, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Just like your old friend, Mr. I can't read! Myers Edgeworth did. Mr. Wright, do you have a problem with the witness testimony? In the words of Ms. Von Karma, may I quote yesterday's proceedings? There's no way that actually happened. Very well, you may proceed with cross-examination. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it! The light in your room was turned off by then, right? That's true. I was going to bed after all. So with the lights off, you were still able to clearly see a human fly by your window. How the fuck are you supposed to do that? Just like, oh, a flying human! That's normal occurrence, right? Nah. The fuck? Safety lights lit things up for you to see. But honestly, there was only enough light for me to see the silhouette outside the window. It was the person's back, so I couldn't see the white roses in the front. Do you see any other symbols? I clearly saw the silk hat as well as the cloak wrapped around his body. I'm convinced that the person I saw was Max Galactica. The more I pressed them, the less results I seemed to get. Maybe there's something like this. There's a contradiction. There's a huge contradiction in the testimony that was just given. If there's a contradiction, prove it with evidence. She's right, some evidence. Do you have any evidence to support your claim? Hat! You claim to have seen the exact same thing Mo saw that night. Do you stand by that? What do you mean? The silk hat. What about the silk hat? I saw it in Max's head as it flew by my window. Well, you should have tried looking down at your window that night. What would you have been? Quite difficult to consider in the state that I'm in. Just looking outside the window was tough enough challenge for me. That's a shame, because you would have noticed the silk hat found in the scene! That's the Rigmaster's hat, right? No. Afraid not. No matter how you look at it, this is Max's silk hat. Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Are you saying that Max has 2 silk hats? No, this is a handmade, one-of-a-kind model made for Max Galactica. Which means, Acro, that you've been fiddling on a stand! Yeah, we're gonna be called on in court for basically, you know, you know, odd. As always, looks like someone just had to open their mouth before thinking from their ass. Are you okay, Nick? Oh, I opened my big mouth and now I have to back it up. How about it, Mr. Wright? What did you cause witness commit perjury in his court today? He has a grudge against Max. Acro was dreaming. Acro's the real culprit. Acro is the real culprit! Even though I'm gonna be called ableist, I don't give a shit! Your Honor, on this occasion, the defense accuses Acro himself! On this occasion, accuses Acro? What in the world are you accusing him of? Obviously, we accuse him of the murder of Mr. Russell Berry. Yeah, we're gonna be called ableist up in here. Wait, we're gonna be called ableist. Mr. Wright, are you serious? Deadly serious, Your Honor. Like a trip to the circus have served you well. You're a clown now, aren't you? Seems to have learned how to try to grab at the audience's hearts and minds. You clown! Your Honor, don't allow yourself to be swayed by theatrics. Try to wall the crowd with smoke and mirrors and all this bluff in the book. Really? If you don't believe me, just look at the witness. It's calm enough for it to almost be scary. He's staying rather calm and collected. I love how the bird's just poking him. The bird's just poking. The bird's like... I love that. Mr. Dingling, do you have any response to the defense's accusation? I don't really need to say a thing, do I? What do you mean? Everyone, take a good look at me. I can't even stand up by myself, let alone leave the logic out. But that's true. I understand that Mr. Wright is trying to help his client. But I do this accusing me of murder of all things? See? Even a silver common sense makes a clear accusation ludicrous! She's right! Way to pick on the disabled, you heartless, cruel man! Phoenix is a poopy head! See, that's Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're trying to drum up the spark in the peanut gallery, that's how you do it. I think that's enough of this little game. Got the doctor's note to confirm that Acro is unable to stand under his own power. I guess the defense is planning on making a plan to counter this as well. I can hit the defense now. Acro has an accomplice! What do you say about this, Miss Wright? Did Acro have an accomplice? Did he know? Of course he didn't. He couldn't have. No, it's impossible. No way. No. Nada. It must be no mystery accomplice. Not this time on Karma. What? No. You're not going to sucker me into this one. What are you blabbering about, Mr. Wright? There was no accomplice. Acro planned to commit the murder all by himself. What are you getting at? Way to keep them on their toes, Nick. And I'm going to have to prove all it fits together. Show how Acro murdered Russell Barry. Can you do that, Nick? Can you really do that? I know what I can't do. I can't stop now. Don't stop and do it. Alright, then let's do it. Mr. Phoenix, right? If this witness is the killer, then his eyewitness account is all lies, right? Mr. Wright, I'd like to clear something up. When the crime was committed, where exactly was Mr. Dingaling? In his room, obviously. Obviously, he was in his room. It's pretty simple. He was obviously here the entire time. That's Acro's room. Pretty simple, eh? Acro wasn't able to leave the lodging house by himself. In that case, there only was one correct answer. Acro didn't leave his room until he killed the ringmaster. What? Are you nuts? Say, Mr. Dingaling. Dingaling. An interesting theory. That's it. Considering that you have proposed the impossible, yes, that's it. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. As the witness has stated, your assertion is impossible. He is in the wheelchair, and there's no way he could go to the scene to kill her. You got a point. It seems you have forgotten once again, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The defendant was clearly spotted at the scene of the crime. That's true. Most said he saw Max, didn't he? But wait, what if it wasn't Max? But Maya is still impossible for humans to fly. Do you mind if I ask a question, Mr. Wright? What is it? I understand some of your logic. However, do you think that I killed him? I can't leave my room. I obviously couldn't wear Max's costume. How did he do it? That's the next course of legal buffet. Be careful, Nick. You mess up here. She's right. I can't mess up. Okay, serious thought. Jack could kill the ringmaster, and he had a while in his room, no doubt about it. So enlighten us. Present evidence. There's actually evidence. Here, present some evidence of what Mr. Finley's committed the murder. The bust. Here you go. The statue. What's that? A picture? It is indeed. The problem is that there's an item that showed you the picture. The bust is quite a large bust, and because it is life-size, it is also very, very heavy. Heavy? Heavy enough to guarantee a certain death. Especially if it was dropped from a third-story window. Ah! See? This is how Acro was able to kill the ringmaster. With the force of gravity, Maximilius Galacticus ample bust! Am I ableist now, motherfuckers? He's able to say this bust goes to the ringmaster. A rather simple crime. Even if they weren't stuck in the wheelchair, this would be incredibly easy to commit. How could it possibly be a wheelchair with something so heavy? It's impossible! Well, he is strong, to be fair. Well, Acro is an acrobat. Acro. He should have more than enough upper body strength to carry something like this bust. True. Mr. Dingaling, how do you respond to these charges? Well, Acro's a loss for words. He should be. He knows I'm getting close to the truth. Well, Acro. You can't run away from things this time! Ow! I watch what I say if I were you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? Your Honor, the physical health of the witness is material for this case. I demand that we get the proper testimony from the witness himself. Testimony, you say? On Karma. She's just using testimony to run stall for time. There's absolutely no need for such testimony. The offense is based on the matter. The prosecution is right to respond. The defense objection is overruled. I can't see things. Wait, what's wrong? Mr. Dingling, I'm sorry, but I need to testify about the physical condition. If you may any doubts you able to testify, we can request extra testimony. The witness will have some problems, however. Let's not be respectful towards him. Thank you. Ah, that woman will stink any low in one case. Be like, oh, I care for the disabled, bro. People like that can go fuck themselves. Come on. Okay. Physical state. I suppose I could have lifted something the size of that bust. I have strong upper body from working as acrobat, and only my legs were injured. However, lifting the bust looking out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. That makes it impossible for me to have known the location of the ringmaster's head. Plus, it would have been realistic for me to drop the bust on him, don't you think? I have no doubts in regards to the witness' testimony. It was impossible for him to lift the bust and stick himself up far enough to look. Not to mention that he could have not known the location of the ringmaster's head. A single false step could have led even with severe injuries. Being literally like cracked your fucking neck was already, spine is already enough, right? It doesn't matter. I still want to proceed. Simply stalling is shameful, really. Focus. Alright. Hey, Kuka. Aww, my Kukito's here. He's with me. Ay, Bendito Kuka. He's looking at me. My dog. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'd be unrealistic. Crime photo. So you see here that basically he straight up literally cracked his fucking spine. His spine was literally fucking cracked. So, objection! Akro? Ah, fuck. You didn't realize nearly out the window, did you? What are you driving at, Mr. Wright? You already knew ahead of time where the ringmaster's head was going to be. Quite precisely, I may add. You're silly hinting at the spoilers, Mr. Phoenix, right? Enough stalling about to show some evidence! But I did such a good job hinting. Yes, hurry up and explain things, Mr. Wright. Maybe you should take a look at this. The photo again, yeah. The photo. Here we go. The key point here is the wooden box. The same wooden box that the victim was found hunched over. The same. The question is, who placed the wooden box here? Or? When Ben and company saw the ringmaster, they didn't see him holding the box. Which means that this wooden box was already placed at the scene of the crime. I have to admit that your theory makes a lot of sense. The moment that the bus came out falling down, that was exactly the same moment that the ringmaster lifted up the wooden box. Which means that the answer to all these questions is now crystal clear. You mean, if the bus were to fall upon the point marked out to the wooden box, there would be no way it could miss the head of the victim? No! It's unbelievable! Finally, some of these loose ends are starting to tie themselves up. Now I just gotta keep going. There's only one way to go from here. Forward! So the next question I have is, who placed that wooden box at the scene? It was Mr. Dingling, of course. He connected it into the rope and then had it all to do with lower Ow! Allow me to whip some sense into you! Mr. Phoenix Wright! Ow! The ringmaster's head could have been anyone when they lifted the box! That's why the box was made specially made! It's specially made? Indeed, it had the most particular feature. The weight of the box. The box was a remarkable weight. Wait, according to the court record, it weighs 20 pounds. It was just lift this wooden box would have required. Oh, I see. When one was squat down and lift it up in the body, what did you say? That's exactly what I was trying to point at. The box was still very large. The box also has carrying handles either side, doesn't it? That's correct. To lift up the box, you have to squat down. Which means that no matter who you are, your head will be approximately the same place. 4! Does he even bother to listen to me anymore? I haven't heard what you had to say. I must admit, I'm shocked at your imaginative skills. Did you do it? Did you place that wooden box in the plaza? Mr. Wright may have had a vivid imagination, but I could never have done it with your proposing. What? Mr. Wright, do you recall the original location of Max's bust? I remember. Of course I remember. It was on top of the table in the cafeteria. Then what happened to it? I looked over the fact. Shouldn't possibly leave lodging house by myself. That means you understand what I mean, don't you? I may very well have been able to drop the bus from my room. However, how would I have gotten the bus from the cafeteria in my room? You say, Mr. Finks, right? Explain that! Actually, it's pretty simple. Don't forget, you're sad that I was no accomplice! Ah! That is exactly how the witness would have carried the bus from the cafeteria. Yep, definitely have a problem here. But it's still a place to reflect. We've got a wits to prove how things happened once for all. There's here explanation. How did the bus get to the cafeteria? Money the monkey! The monkey? Everyone knows money. He loves shiny objects of any size. Oh, like when he stole the ventriloquist's ring. So are you saying that the witness had a monkey steal the bus? Of course he didn't order the monkey to steal it. The monkey stole it on his own, and then brought it back home. Home? Money lives in Akro's room. Akro's room?! But the bus was bronze, wasn't it? Bronze isn't all that shiny. Maybe you should put the whip down sometimes and read the court record. My, those are some very nice cards he's holding. Yes, these are made of platinum, which is very shiny. Gah! Akro, Money is a strong monkey, right? It'd be easy for him to bring the bus back to you and become he had a fucking tuba. There was a literal tuba in his room, so it makes sense, right? If he wasn't able to handle that himself, I'd be on the market for a new roommate. Order! Order! I said order! Ms. Von Karma! We're the bus in the question at this moment. I don't know. We're searching for it as we speak. It's rather strange turn of events. But let's say that the monkey had not stolen the bus. What would have happened then? Well, in that event, something else would have happened. You said the murder. Wait. Does that mean this bus was the murder weapon purely by accident? It's possible. Maybe Akro saw Money's mounted of stolen goods and found at least one of them. Anyways, I think we've more than proven one critical fact. Namely, that it's entirely possible that Akro was the murderer! Moron! Mr. Wright's argument was so circular, I'm still a bit dizzy. However, his argument does hold water. There's no denying that. Ow! Das ist the flamboyant, especially the best fraud of an attorney! Fraud? You've forgotten the absolute most important thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright! And what is that? You should know! You forgot that you're fraud of a magician client who's wanted to see the crime! Ah! There's no reason to doubt the clown's testimony. If that's true, how do you respond to that, Mr. Wright? Nick, don't let her beat you now. I won't. This is my chance to turn this child around. When the murder occurred, there were two people at the scene of the crime. One was the victim, Russell Berry, and the one was the murderer himself. And so this one was who was the murderer the clown saw? The murderer? Oh. It was the bust. He saw Max's Ow! I asked who was the other person post on the scene. The evidence has nothing to do with the question. Contrario, mon frere. It does indeed have something to do with the question. Mo said he saw Max's silhouette. But he didn't actually see the man himself. It wasn't a human being he saw. Oh shit. She's getting spicy. How is that possible? It's simple, really. What Mo actually saw was Max's bust. Talking about him died using the brain tool in this case. Instead of what he saw was wearing a cloak. There's no reason why he couldn't attach the cloak to the bust. It would be easy to hang on one of the cards in the bust's hands. Idiot! Who in the right mind would he put the cloak on the bust? It doesn't matter who put it on the bust. Just wait a minute now, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? The question is for the utmost words in the case, don't you agree? Doe! I missed. Doe, he caught me. Doe. Let's have it, Mr. Wright. Who put the cloak on the bust? The cloak on the bust. Huh. The profile. It was Russell Berry, wasn't it? The fool! Him? Are you saying it was the victim himself, Russell Berry? That's what I'm saying. The victim himself placed the cloak on the bust? Fuck. Place the cloak isn't really the right way of putting it. Explain yourself! Nick, do you really have a handle on all this? Fine, Maya. I'm finally putting all these pieces together. There really is only one picture I can paint, anyways. Alright. So yeah, I want to know what really happened that night. Let's step back in time a bit. Akira used the rope to lower the wooden box onto the scene. Then he attached the rope to the bust. Then he dangled the bust out in his bedroom window, directly above the wooden box. And at the same time, the ringmaster told Max to wait in his room, and he went to the scene. Of course, at the time, the ringmaster was wearing the Max's costume. Perhaps he didn't want anyone to recognize him that night. But he feared he saw spotted by the entrance of the lodging house, but none of the other two ventriloquists and his puppet Ben and Trilo. When the ringmaster arrived at the scene, he bent over to lift the wooden box. And that's when Akuro took his chance to release the rope. He didn't even know it was, he didn't know it was like, you know. Now this is when the magic happens. And the very instant that the bus hit the victim. Ooh! It went to him. Ba-da-ba-da. Holy shit! You wait a second then, Mr. Phoenix, right? As much as you try, as much as you scheme, this isn't true. It can't be. It's still a little early to be getting so upset, Miss Von Karma. This circus isn't over yet. You're the entire circus up in here, bro. What? I love how it just flies. Bleep. The impact of the bust on the victim threw the cloak up, which snags onto the bus. How the fuck? Okay. The impact was across the sound stern with his heard, prompting him to take a look. That was the witness was, of course, Lawrence Mo Cross, the clown. When Mo looked at the window, the cloak had already snapped onto the bust. Now, having completed the crime, Akira naturally went to pulling the murder weapon. Of course, he had no idea that Mo saw the bust being raised and the cloak dangling on it. Probably because in his wheelchair he couldn't see out his window. So he just kept pulling the bust up. It's flying! It is a flying human! And that is how the magical murderer disappeared into the sky came to be. So you see, the only person who could have pulled this off is the one person who was able to drop the murder weapon from above the crime scene. Akira, could have only been you. He sure was, but he's come to the end of his rope now. So, what now? You've graced us with a rather long-winded tale, but do you have any evidence to prove that your fairy tale is true? Evidence? Oh god. In this court, only two things matter: the power of evidence and the power of my whip. God. Don't forget the power of my gavel as well. Mr. Wright, the prosecution brings up a good point. Can we have some evidence? Nick, they say they want evidence. I just explained how there can only be one possible murder method. There's something unusual about Mo's eyewitness account. Unusual? Contradiction, actually. Okay, then, let's get this out of the jam. But that's enough amongst yourselves. Proceed, Mr. Wright. Something that, like your claims, I want a hard proof to unravel the trick in this magic case. The silk hat, isn't it? How was it found in the scene? How was Max's three symbols? You know, the silk hat, the cloak, and the white roses. Those symbols were probably numerous times during yesterday's proceedings. Yesterday, there were two contradictions in Mo's testimony. The silk hat was one, the white roses were the other. But the theory I just presented explains all those contradictions. Before you even shut up! Max's silk hat was found at the scene of the crime. However, remember what Mo said yesterday. He testified that the criminal he saw fleeing the scene was wearing a silk hat. There is only one explanation for that. The silk hat that Mo saw was actually the bustus. Makes sense if you look at it that way. That he sees silk hat was sort of. Fine, you've got another contradiction. The other contradiction? Remember what the ventriloquist said in the court. He said that he witnessed the white roses on Max's chest that night. But the clown's testimony doesn't match. The clown said that there were no white roses. Let this explain that one way. Can you do it, Nick? course I can explain it all. What was it? Please recall the incident when the cloak snagged onto the bust. If the cloak snagged onto the bust, what happened to the white roses? They are in the back. They are hidden. Do you get it? If the cloak got snagged onto the front of the bust, it means that the white roses could end up on the back of the bust. Gah! Explains why Mo didn't see them. The white roses were not visible because they were on the back side of the bust. Holy shit, this course really getting monkey court up in here. What the fuck? Odd! Odd! Boy, oh boy, oh. Yeah, it's quite the shocking state of affairs. Mr. Wright's theory still sounds a bit absurd to me. However, let's keep it going down the road where Wild Secret leads. Let's do this neck. Maybe Von Karma will throw on the towel. Well, so much for that theory. Mr. Wright, do you mind? What is it? You took the time to research our circus, didn't you? Well, yes, I did. Is there something making you think that I didn't? If you did, then maybe you understand why I think you're off track. Why is that? Motive. This what feels an incredible depth of gratitude toward the ringmaster. Anyone with any relation to the circus would aware of this. That's true, yeah. Thus, there's absolutely no way someone like this would have killed the ringmaster. Noted. I'd like you to hear Akro's story. Learn about this relationship with the ringmaster and his life up until now. What do we do? There's no doubting that Akro deeply respected the ringmaster. Akro's motive. Maybe it was an accidental murder. Most likely it was an accidental murder because he wanted to aim for someone else. So that's why it was Regina. He wanted to aim for Regina, that's why. Very well, however, I feel it's a good place to take a break. I will listen to the rest of Mr. Yuli's testimony after recess. This court will not take a 10-minute recess. Alright! Alright, let's keep it going. We're gonna end this case in this episode. Let's end it, bro! Let's end this case! Okay. Then we're gonna start off the final case of the game, and after this, next episode will be the final case. Oh boy. There's no extra 5th case in this one, so it's just 4 cases. Woo! Relaxation. That last case is actually pretty good, though. Probably the best case of the entire game is the last one for this one, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I can't believe it. Akro? It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitely is, and to think he was the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, and I'm that hated? Akro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did. Psst, psst. but I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know? But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal! You're gonna ignore me after what else trouble to bring you some evidence? Ah, Detective Gumshoe. Ah, forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyways. No, detective. I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a bit? We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, detective? Well, if you insist. Now, about the evidence you mentioned. What is it? Here you go. Huh? Was yesterday's Akro's room? Yep, it is included in forensics results. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Von Karma be mad when you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret. Huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know. Miss Von Karma doesn't seem to control things we're doing just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? Uh-huh. That reminds me, I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it, and that's for me too. I'm out of here. What do you mean by that very end part? I'm not sure. That was pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Ah! Don't scare me like that! It looks like there's a large care package in the circus for the defendant. What? For me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it all before it spoils. An entire dairy's worth of milk. For me? It's a lot of milk. I love milk and all, but that's a lot of milk. Oh my god. Okay. Court is now back in session. Ms. Von Karma, please continue where you left off. I'd like to continue with Akro's testimony, starting with the relationship with the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof on what kind of motive Akro would have committed the crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingaling? Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. finally we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions when you don't answer to. Mario! Hey, Mario! It's my Mario. What are you doing, Mario? My dog. He's stretching his little ass. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around age at 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As I heard, the witness to be respected the victim. I wondered how anyone could have think that I could have killed the man here in such a scene. Absolutely right. That is right, which is why there's no real reason to cross-examine this, sir. Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. How about Akko kill ringmaster? This might be the last chance. Of course I'll cross-examine. The rest is right to cross-examine. You're so pathetic, you don't care for justice, do you? You just want to fabricate the motive. Oh, the hypocrite! Bro, you're such a hypocrite! Bro, hypocrite much? About the ringmaster. I don't think I can actually. Can I? No. There's nothing I can really do. Yeah, I may have messed this up. Yeah, I'm gonna... It's getting misty-eyed. Ow! This is awful. So, you can actually make some, like, if you press him. There's really nothing we can really do here. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. It's only 15 years ago. In the back, we were very few customers coming in. The master, he could always come to his laugh and a smile. A beautiful daughter. That's why I was thinking this one to think of. Let's just press everything, because honestly, I want to see what happens. I've actually want to see what happens. Did I acrobat early in age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed for me to do it. Ever since then, I've been able to acquire physical shape. That's when I decided to form a group with my brother. We call ourselves the Fling-a-Dingling Berries, the household name. I haven't heard of them in Germany. Liar. Point is that I wanted it to be use of circus. You are a truly remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at me almost like a proud father. So, yeah, it's a trap. I wanted to see what happens, though. Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix, right? Do you have some sort of fundamental mistrusting with this testimony? I'll have the marks contained within. Oh, shut up! Ow! Yeah, that was a trap, definitely. I just want to see what happens, though. I can't provide one. There's another name, though. Tide. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about this. I had no reason to kill Ringmaster at all. Ow! I had foolish attempts to forge make us foolish fools. It's a foolish you had it is foolish. Did you forget you made a guess against the witness, did you not? I believe it was. This is the real killer, the Russell Berry Ringmaster. If you want to jump into that end of things, then yes, sounds about right. The end of things? Girl, you didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of this witness's murder, this plot, was not the Ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Oh, the old bailiff. I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face. Twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to... my court? Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what are you trying to do on this? Got it! You thought the blood actor was trying to kill somebody else? Oh, yeah, true. Regina. Regina Berry? This young girl is the ringmaster's daughter, correct? Acro, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. This is mean-spirited little question! He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is that you're wrong. That's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to... Ow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself! Huh. And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence now! I want to know why Acro would want to kill Regina Barry. Yes, me too. Demand to see some proof. Some evidence for the young girl, why we want to kill her. Pretty simple, actually. Nope. Acro, you remember this, don't you? Note? It's a piece of paper that was found inside the ringmaster's tailcoat. Inside the victim's tailcoat. Acro wrote this note is ironically entitled, To the Murderer. His purpose was call someone at the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Problem? Acro didn't indeed place this note into someone's pocket. It was Regina's. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it wasn't for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Barry! Odd! Mr. Ray, your little theory of yours! It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it on the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up at the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today? Lifting the bus would make it look at the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted the kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I ended up falling out the window myself. Acro had no idea who it was that was arriving at the plaza, because he couldn't look down at the window to see who it actually was. Got it. Acro thought it was Regina down in the plaza, and that's when he let out the bus fly. Hey, Nick, isn't Regina listening to all this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's going to get harsher from here. Hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina? Foolish! You're so foolish, you've ever made me sound like a foolhardy fool! Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're sure, tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? What? The note's meant for Regina Barry. What mean that? The note is clearly Regina Barry's the murderer! You don't get it, do you? What? What did you say? Oh. The ringmaster knew that the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is the incident as alluded to the note? The incident 6 months ago. Oh. I know all about it. Small seasoning bottle. This occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show the score what happened that time. Moron! Wait, are you sure that relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, this is the case. Hurry up and tell us about it. What is the conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I certainly like what this says. If I can answer that question, just going to think I'm baffled. Nothing. Conclusive evidence 6 months ago. Small seasoning bottle. Achoo! 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 What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's a decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. And he was doing so because of the piece of science evidence was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Barry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking that into account, there's only one conclusion you can draw. Foolishly fool who never tries of his own foolish ways. Are you sure, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Is answered this question. Who is Regina Barry intended victim? It was, Bat. What's this? That's Acro's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead? Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sing Dingaling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into a skeleton comatose state. Lion? Regina, I mean Miss Regina, Betty is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in the position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina would never do something like that. It's not just in her. It's the pepper. That's why he was smiling. So what happened to Edgar's brother? He's not the victim of the attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now, what do you notice he's going along with the theory? What do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? It was more than that, wasn't it? The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Felix Wright. There's no way that Regina would have incited the lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human, but Regina's responsible for making the lion bite Agra's brother Bat with a scarf. A small quantity of pepper stayed with all his blood, and a quantity of pepper. So the reason why he was smiling is because he was about to sneeze, like the pepper, you know? Pepper does make you sneeze, you know what I mean? So it's the pepper, of course. It's a scarf. That's just a scarf. Akra. The scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave the scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina? There's something more than just blood on the scarf. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Pepper. Regina gave his scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright! Wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling right before Bat was bit by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed. It looked like he was smiling. The reason why is because he was about to sneeze. Usually whenever an animal's about to sneeze, it looks like they're smiling. I know, because whenever my dog sneezes, it looks like they're smiling, but they're not. It's just like, kind of like that. Lions smile. Actually, do they? I don't think they do. I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite the Bat at all. He was sneezing. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. And unfortunately, he sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! That's the truth. It was pepper. You've got to be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, you scary, you believe it? You really intend to say it's a joke of the accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Akron nearly lost his brother due to the accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot! It's almost like this terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Akira? You don't mean? You can't mean! Witness? Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's even a bigger problem with your theory. What would the problem be? The same problem has always been evidence. If I drop Max's bust on the top of the ringmaster. Where's the evidence that proves the claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack of fair form, more precise. The murder weapon. The bust that the defense claims was used. Is that where if I found Akryl's room, and if it was covered in the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. The bust. Nick, you gotta do something. This is the last step. If you get to see how things work out first. See how things work out first. It might be worthwhile to search Akryl's room, but why aren't you going to search his room? Looks like you finally figured things out, didn't you? Now you know the true meaning of avant-garde total justice. I guess I figured with you. That's the least you expected. You understand in turn. Avant-garde never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Akryl's room yesterday. Well, what did you find? There was no reason to even say it. Found out you think Akryl would not believe it as a witness. But to the point, Max's bus was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright? The bus wasn't even my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshook get to the subject, complete surprise. We took Akryl's the basket after that. End of story. Just wait a second, something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack these final nails to put into my coffin. But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is the which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Ah! Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where's the bust right now? You're Phoenix, right? You should know where the bust is. I don't have a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? I think I know. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think it's time for a conversation. The witness. Hold it! Where is Master Bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present his case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and just a bit my tongue. Huh? What? We need time to do what? Ow! Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really just have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait. You can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives in the lines, don't they? That's how Acros lives his life up until now. It's time to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certainly to lose. Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue. I don't think he'll be finding us. Walking the tightrope with logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only tough fall forward. The murdered weapon. This one's bust now. Somewhere in the lodging house, somewhere in this courtroom. I know it's hard to believe, but somewhere in this courtroom. It's obvious. The bus is inside the very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the bus once and for all. The judge's bed. The prosecutor, the witness stand. It's the witness stand. The chair. His wheelchair. I'm sorry to ask this, but you don't mind if I take off the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you're a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be rude to say, hide a bust under there. Papa. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh at your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in that condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon there in your room, it would be all over. Which is why you had to hide it in the only place it could hide, under your wheelchair. Which is why, Akryl, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. Masterfully. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Miss Francisca von Karm and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch a surprise search on my room last night? There are only two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burnt the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away in the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know? But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now I've been caught in the middle of a court hiding a murder weapon. There is no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Makes no sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma fought that far ahead. It's amazing. Uh-huh. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know, I sure couldn't. Can't believe it. Made a mistake? Why did I order a surprise search of your room before they had done that? It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro? Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the very big circus, Mr. Russellberry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One day, my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard, you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back at the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What I'm truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely that she could laugh innocently when saying that. Too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you're saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first, I thought I killed myself. Then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. No, I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot! I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is beyond any point of possible discussion. But I can declare my verdict. Not guilty! Hey! We did it! This court is adjourned. Ha ha! We did it! We did it! Oh yeah! Alright. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be happy about this. Too happy. Acro, the ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max 1,000,000 of them. Thank you. What's the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Acro. No. If we worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Ah! She's been like this for a while now. Ah! It's all my fault! Ah! Sweetie pie. Bad and Acro, they're never coming back! Now everyone's gonna split up! Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro said something right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Acro, he's gonna try and get his revenge on me? I don't think so. No. He's not gonna do that. No. Are you sure? You really sure? Can't believe that? Yep, Akira doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then why is some evidence? Huh? I want to know you're not just picking out that stuff about Akira wanting revenge. That. Here. Akira didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat! That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Akira's been caught. Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And until he can meet Akira again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Akira. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little bit peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mel? Really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whatever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. Fabulous thing for me to do. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? Ah, that's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone sticks together. That staff, performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I made a decision. What is it? I decided that I'll take over as the new ringmaster. I'll turn the circus into the best circus the world's ever seen! The best circus in the world's ever seen? Don't laugh! That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait! Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus in the world has ever needed to see. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician they've ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous! What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out, too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to the court today? We've got to work together to make the Big Bear Big Circus bigger than it's ever been. But, whoa. Mo's right, sweetie pie. Can't be Bear Big Circus without Regina Barry. Max. Nick, it seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. Can't wait to go see the best circus in the world's ever seen. Save you the most fabulous seats. I'll take the seat. It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to wear special whoopee cushion seats. Okay, the case is over. All right. I see. What made the case? Yeah, sorry, surprised, Wright. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Akira really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it would end. It could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Akira's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Turnabout Big Top is over. Alright, so anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please comment, subscribe, or whatever. Oh god, this video is long. And next time, we're going to start the final case. Farewell, my Turnabout. Oh god, this case! I love this one. This is my favorite case in the entire game. My favorite case of Justice for All. I think you're going to see why. I think you're going to see it. Why? So we're going to start it later on at some point. I don't know when, but we're going to start it. So, see you guys in the next video. Whatever. See you guys in the next episode. So, hope you guys enjoy this, or whatever. Next time, I'm going to go ahead and start Farewell, my Turnabout investigation. See you guys then. Bye.